Today we're going to take a look at this moving head light from Betopper, the LB295, that aims to deliver massive output, making this an affordable way to create a great light show for a large space and even outdoor spaces. Hey everybody, how's it going? Daryl here, welcome to the channel. So my friends over at Betopper sent me a pair of these LB295 295 watt moving head beams. So this light is designed to be very bright, and I'll have a link in the description below where you can check these out for the best price, which is $295 per unit at the time of making this video. So while this beam light is designed to be an incredible and visible aerial effect for large and even outdoor spaces with its 2.2 degree beam angle and with a 295 watt LED bulb, it is also versatile because it has two kinds of prisms, an 8-faceted prism as well as a 48-faceted prism. It comes with a color wheel of 14 different colors plus white. It has 11 gobos plus 3 glass gobos. It has a frost filter as well as a colorful frost filter to create a truly unique aerial effect. Being LED, the dimmer can go all the way from 0 to 100, nice and linear. So even though this light is very bright and generates some heat, the fan is pretty silent for a mover of this size. I'll let you have a listen. So the entire body is made of a heat-resistant plastic, and it only comes in at 27.5 pounds, or 12.5 kilograms for everyone else in the world. Coming in at about 21 inches tall, or if you have the head down, at about 18 inches, 10 inches deep, although that head is about 12 inches deep just by itself. And from handle to handle, it is 13 inches wide. And when you purchase one of these movers, it comes with a manual, a couple of these quick lock hanging brackets with these quick lock Omega hardware, a PowerCon cable as well as a DMX cable, and of course, the moving head light. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. So here is this mover. And of course, on either side, it has a handle, which is really nice for you to hold it and place it where you want it, as well as strapping this onto top of a totem. And at first glance, we've reviewed a lot of other moving heads from Betopper, some of them that have been powerful with small bodies. The weight it was a little bit awkwardly distributed. This one feels pretty good. This one feels like the weight is distributed in a way that makes sense, but it is a little heavy. So here is that bulb on the front, and on the top and bottom, it has this logo engraved in the plastic that says Neo 5, and it has like a vent on either side as well for that fan. It made mention that it uses 11 blades instead of 9, so I guess that makes it more efficient, more silent. Then on either side of this arm, it says Betopper, which I do like. Then on the top here, you can see that there is a Betopper sticker, letting you know that this is authentic, as well as a serial number. And underneath these handles, I also forgot to mention that there are some fans. Then on the back here, really simple controls, an on and off switch, PowerCon in, PowerCon out, DMX in, DMX out, a 5-button LCD panel that is full color, a couple of indicators to let you know whether DMX is connected or if there is an error. And lastly, on the bottom, we have 4 rubber feet so you can set this on the ground, a safety cable hook, as well as some spots for those Omega bracket clamps. So it has 2 because it's a pretty heavy mover, but it's really easy to attach. You just simply quarter turn. That's actually pretty nice. Some of these are really tight. And then with these holes, you can attach your favorite mounting hardware. Okay, let's go ahead and plug this in and go over the menu. When you first turn this on, it does this whole reset cycle. So it just takes a moment. All right, here is this menu. There are several ways to control this light. You can use DMX, which has a 16-channel mode, auto mode, a sound active mode, as well as a scene mode where you can set like a specific scene with different settings. And it's pretty cool because it lets you set up to 10 separate scenes on the machine, which it remembers, and then you can cycle through them and you have some sort of like DMX-like control without actually needing a DMX controller. So that can be pretty useful for different situations. Right off the bat, that's kind of cool. It has a screensaver. It has this little moving head. So let's wake it up. So of course you can change the DMX address. So it is on 1 right now. You can control how it's operating. So by default, it's DMX. You can change it to auto mode, sound control mode, You can choose like how the scenes are operated. There's a light switch, which we need to turn on before this will light up. There's display settings, which they have like a language. They have the screensavers we saw, and a few other settings to configure this screen, which I'm not super interested in going any further, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Screen rotation is nice if you fly these upside down and you need to access that screen, which we are not doing right now. There's a stat menu to go over some of the stats. An advanced setting, so like inverting the pan and the tilts, offsetting the pan and the tilts, factory reset, and then there's a scene. This lets you access all of the different parameters available to this, of course, like the pan and the tilts. Yeah, that's pretty quick if we want it to be. I have it pointing up a bit. Just like that, it's already turned on. Let's see. I can see that's a very tight beam. That's the rainbow frost. That's pretty cool. Like that can even be a tighter beam. Wow, that is a really tight beam. So I believe that's the 8 faceted prism. Let's see what prism 2 looks like. There you go. That gives it a bigger footprint. That must be the 48 faceted prism. Yeah, that's pretty interesting because you can see there's some clear patterns around here, but then there's like some artifacts around the edge. But I have both prisms on. Let's turn this one off. I'm wondering how that will affect things. So prism 1 with both of them on. Oh, okay, that definitely makes a difference. So with it on, you can change the color. There's split colors. So blue and white, all blue, blue and green, green, green and purple, purple, yellow and purple, yellow, red and yellow, red, red and white, white, pink and white, pink, orange and pink, orange, orange and blue, blue, teal, teal and green, green, ultraviolet, ultraviolet and dark blue. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. And then that's warm white and it's blue. Oh, I like that. Oh, look at that. It's a nice warm white. Yeah, on the main camera, I can't really even tell, but so I like that color. And then you can do both color temperatures, cool white and warm white together in the same. Some sort of macro where it flips through everything. Okay, let's go through the gobos, some hearts, some flowers, some triforces, some 3 triangles, some stars, badges, some diamonds, it's like paw prints almost. That's pretty cool. Fidget spinner. So these are the glass gobos that was talking about. So these are colorful. So I think that would be best demonstrated with no color. So let's turn this all the way back to just white. There we go. So there's that glass gobo, and that's really hard to demonstrate. It almost looks like a pinwheel. There's a red one with like a little design. Probably just need to focus it better. And then a green one, and then just flips through all the gobos at that point. So pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and do a demo.
Betopper on the beat, 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 on the beat. Betopper on the beat, on the beat. Every time I drop, make a hole in the free from the doof to the floor. Even bring that heat. Say it with me now, Betopper. Betopper on the beat. Betopper on the beat. Lights hit hard, now move your feet. Betopper. Betopper on the beat, 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 on the beat. Betopper on the beat, on the beat. Every time I drop, make a hole in the free from the doof to the floor. Even bring that heat. Say it with me now, Betopper.
All right, what are my thoughts on the Betopper LB295 295 watt moving head beam? This light was designed with massive output in mind, and I think it definitely delivers with that. I've reviewed a lot of moving headlights from Betopper, and I'll have links in the description below where you can check out some of those. I should really just do a big compilation of all of them. Yeah, as far as Betopper lights I've reviewed, this is definitely the brightest one, I would say. It doesn't have a discharge lamp, so it has an LED. So I do like that because it doesn't generate too much heat, and it has that linear dimming curve. And I think the colors look great. I think that the cool white and the warm white and all the color combos they have for that split color look really nice. I think that the gobos are pretty cool for a beam. Rarely do I see glass gobos with like multi-colors available for A beam light, that's usually reserved for spots, moving head spots. So I'm a fan of that. Yeah, I do like that tight beam angle. I do like that you can have the option to do 2 different types of prisms, so that 48 as well as that 8. And if you combine them, it's just massive. I mean, that is unreal for beam, in my opinion. But I feel like it is kind of hard to focus. Notice that some of these images are like clearer than others, like on the edge. It's like pretty refracted. It's kind of hard to see what's happening. And there are also some like light output artifacts around the edges. So it's not the cleanest, if I'm being a little bit picky, but I am a fan of the frosted filter as well as the 7 color filter. As far as like control, I think the auto mode leaves a little bit to be desired. I would definitely not use these unless you plan on using some sort of DMX solution. But I have to say that the scene selection mode is probably the most advanced I've seen on any mover. I think it's actually really cool, especially for those that want to use these in a non-DMX setting. You could almost just program a few different scenes and then playing them on repeat. You can have like a light show. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Still recommend using DMX over that for a more sustainable solution. As far as the build quality, seems very similar to Betopper. I'm a fan of the branding. I like that it says Betopper everywhere. It's not just some generic mover. It feels like it's part of the ecosystem, so I'm a fan of that. Yeah, it's made of the same heat-resistant plastic, so it seems pretty good. One of these lights, when I received it, it seems like it was miscalibrated and it just didn't work right out of the box. Which I've seen on a different mover. That usually is a pretty simple fix. There's like a little sensor in the arm that you have to adjust. Another quirk worth mentioning is that it has an above average boot up time. It takes forever, and that you have to go into the menu to turn it on. And you have to go into the menu to enable the light. That is not the most intuitive design, but once you're up and running, it's not so bad. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Betopper LB295. Again, if you're interested, I'll have a link in the description below where you can pick up yourself a pair for the best price. Massive outputs, ton of functionality at just such an affordable price. So what are your thoughts on Betopper's LB295 moving head beam? Let me know down below. Please smash like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.